Hey there. The other day, I watched The Guard. Got it on Blu-ray recently, and had to be seen. Had to be seen. It's one of my favorite films from 2011. It's the third time I viewed it, and it's also the best viewing of the film I've had. I think this film is going to get better every damn time you watch it. I want to give it a 10. I mean, it's almost there for me, but it's definitely a 9, 9.5 even. I don't know what about it is keeping me from giving it a 10, other than, I just think there's something about a 10 that you just know. And I mean, again, I'm like almost there. I love this movie. I don't really think there's too much wrong with it at all. And I'm sure probably by the fourth time I watch it, when I can already tell there's going to be a fourth time, because I've already got plans for it. It might be a solid 10. I really, really love this movie. And sadly, I don't think many people have seen it, or maybe even know about it. But I think it's fantastic, and a continued expression of a unique voice that's rising in European film right now. And that voice would be John Michael McDonough. Thanks to my viewers, I know that he usually works with his brother. I'm not sure what his brother's name is. Maybe I can find it here real quick. I can't. Anyway, they did the film In Bruges. I've only seen In Bruges once. I kind of want to see it again, since I love this film so much. And some of the actors in it are in Bruges as well. But they have they have a good sense of character. And they have this way of playing with cliches and stereotypes that, you're watching a film, a story that you've seen many, many times. Maybe too many times. But they have a fresh spin on how to tell it. I don't really know how to put it another way. But they make the old seem new. They make the old seem new. And that's, especially in this case, because, again, this is not a story that you haven't seen, 100 times. But yet it feels absolutely fresh. Okay, the film is about what they think might be a serial killer. Is on the loose in rural Ireland. I believe it's kind of safe to say that this is an Irish film. So this fella right here, the titular guard, goes to investigate. Pretty much it unravels to where it's not a serial killer. It's a band of drug smugglers, making it look like a serial killing to throw off the police. And so it's basically them trying to take down the drug smugglers. I mean, the story is not very complex at all, but we meet all these characters, and the characters are so rich that, it really fills out this ABC story, nicely. It just fleshes it out. And, I guess that's what makes it great, is that the acting is just tremendous. You know, there isn't a subpar performance, you know, in the lot. It's smart, you know, and it's very funny. It's very funny. Let's see, it stars Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle. Those are the guys on the box right there. Also stars, I gotta read some names here, Mark Strong. That's who I really think had a breakthrough in this film. He had a breakthrough in like 2011 and some of 2012. He was also in, well, recently he was in John Carter. And he was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. And he was in The Guard, and he was in something else. Anyway, I think he had a breakthrough year, and I think a large part of it was due to The Guard. Mark Strong, I hope I remember his name from now on. He's fantastic in this. Liam Cunningham, Fionnuala Flanagan, and that's all the cast list they have. Again, all the acting is tremendous. Again, this is the third review I've recorded for the film. I'll try and say something I haven't before, which is, again, this is the first time I've watched it at home. I saw it twice in the theater. At home, I guess of course, I'm always just such a big proponent of seeing films in the theater on the largest screen as possible and the loudest possible sound. You know, you don't necessarily notice when the screen is huge and, you know, you're like in the middle of it. You don't necessarily notice shot composition. Here, when I watched it at home, you know, it would just amaze me. And I think that's why I want to give it a 10, is because it had these levels that are now being revealed to me. Every shot was just beautifully composed. You know, I like to say that you could take a freeze frame of any point, and it really looks like a well thought out photograph or painting. You know, again, just a freeze frame of any moment, and it's going to be well composed. You know, I didn't really notice that in the theater. Here it was like, wow, you know, it was just kind of like eye-opening. So big ups to the cinematographer and the director, because every shot just looks gorgeous. You know, this does take place in Ireland. You get to see a lot of kind of the Irish countryside. It's gorgeous, you know, gorgeously photographed. You can tell that the people love this region. You know, perhaps they are Irish. Again, that's one thing I want to say, is you can just tell the passion that's in this film. And there's a lot of it. And it makes you passionate about it. Also the soundtrack. The soundtrack I didn't really notice in the theater. Here, you know, I've just got a sound bar or whatever to go with my home theater. So the sound has the illusion of coming from other places, but it all is coming from that single sound bar. The music is outstanding and totally fits the scene, whatever's going on. I think the music is right there with it. I didn't notice that so much in the theater, but I think the score is done by, I wanted to remember, I believe it's a band, and now I'm totally blanking on who did it. The band sounded familiar, but maybe not. Maybe it's on here. Calexico, yes, Calexico. Doesn't Calexico sound familiar? I know Calexico from somewhere. It may have something to do with Dylan, because I'm I'm a Dylanite, and I think that maybe Bob Dylan did something with Calexico along the way. Anyway, music by Calexico, and they did the score and probably some original songs, but they also have, you know, a source soundtrack, and I think just the music in this film is outstanding. Everything goes, serves the, artistic purpose. I didn't realize so much the wardrobe. All the costumes in this are fantastic. Anything that could bring out the character, and maybe not so many films pay attention to that, but this film goes like out of its way to express the character in just the most fundamental ways. So you just get sucked in with these characters. Even the bad guys are so well written and original that you definitely don't root against them. You don't necessarily root for them, but you definitely don't root against them because they have their own philosophies. I mean, even if they are psychotic, they're still, clever. I don't really know what else to say about the film. I just loved it. I just loved it. I love this film. One of the best films of 2011. Easy. And a continued expression of this new important voice in film, McDonough. I think I'm saying his name right. John Michael McDonough. A career to watch. A career to watch. I don't know what else to say about it. I loved it. The acting is great. The directing is great. Cinematography, great. Costumes, great. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. The music, great. It's great. So I guess I'll just, it's a 9.5. I so badly want to give it a 10, but I wanted to say the plan I have for the fourth viewing, because again I can tell that I'm going to watch this for a fourth time. I'm going to watch it with subtitles, and I think if I watch it with subtitles, that I will give it that 10, because here it's an Irish film. Sometimes they get talking fast, and I don't really know what they're saying. Sometimes they're speaking softly. I don't know what they're saying. Even in the theater, it's like, maybe that makes it worse when everything is so loud. And, they're talking very fast. You don't really pick up everything. Here, I picked up a lot more of the jokes. I also, noticed a lot more jokes going on, in the background, that had to deal with the scene, and I, again, didn't necessarily notice it in the theater. There's just so much to see here, and it just keeps on getting better. Did I make a point there? I wanted to say something. Shit. Oh, the subtitles. I'm going to watch it with subtitles so I can know exactly what's being said. And when they're talking fast, and when they're talking softly, I know, what's being said. And if I saw the script laid out like that, if I had a chance to read the film, and know every little nuance of the dialogue, then, I think it's there. I think it's there for me. So, if you like to watch films with subtitles, I'll say go ahead and watch it with subtitles because, again, you might have trouble understanding them from time to time. So yeah, there you go. I think it's a fantastic movie. That's The Guard. I'll give it a 9.5 right now because, I'm stubborn. Thank you.